You're watching the Business Channel, creating business class programs.
Business needs to ensure the safety of its staff. JSP manufactures personal protective equipment and its chief executive is Mark Johnston. Have you seen a revival in UK manufacturing?
Definitely, we've seen a trend towards more of a regionalisation again of manufacturing. Various factors are driving that. China isn't perhaps as cheap as it used to be to produce in. You're competing more as well against increased local demand, and that is also causing lead times to go out quite considerably. Also, adopting lean principles of manufacturing enables you to be much closer to your customer and give better customer service. We've adopted that philosophy ourselves and invested quite a lot in UK production equipment recently, and we're able to bespoke products right up to the last minute for our customers.
There's a lot of equipment on the market. How do you choose?
What I would say to companies is to choose a safety product from a well-known branded manufacturer, and preferably, of course, a British manufacturer. That gives not only comfort in terms of having a product which will consistently meet and exceed EN standards, but also it gives the end user the opportunity to have technical support in the field and receive advice as well from the PPE manufacturer and the distributor.
For a new startup, how important is health and safety?
Health and safety is important for any company. It's part of the mindset of doing business. Studies show that companies that have strong policies and adopt it as part of their processes are generally more efficient and better businesses.
What are some of the implications if health and safety regulations aren't followed?
Well, nowadays there are some severe penalties that can be incurred on businesses. In 2007 we saw the Corporate Manslaughter Act come into place. Any company has to abide by the 1974 Health and Safety at Work Act, and then there are other regulations involved as well, such as COSH regulations, which is control of substances harmful to health.
How can a company like JSP, makers of personal protective equipment, help the whole sector?
Well, what we do is work very closely with health and safety professionals in businesses. What we want to do is make their lives easier and ensure that they can achieve compliance throughout their organisation. We design and innovate safety products really with three things in mind, and that's really the comfort of the person, the performance of the product and the style of the product. We've also recently been looking at other trends, and one of those is in integration, so that when you're wearing more than one type of personal protective equipment, that they do integrate properly and they don't compromise each other.
Can you give examples of products where you've introduced improvements?
Our recently introduced EvoLite safety helmet weighs only 285 grams. It's extremely lightweight and comfortable, and it's got a retention harness system which fits a wider range of heads. It's had a very good reaction in the market. We've also introduced our filter spec, which has received the Frost & Sullivan World Innovation Award, which is a combination of eye protection and respiratory protection, getting around the age-old problem of lenses misting and fogging up, as well as fitting really a wider range of face profiles on the market.
What advice would you give a new startup company that's having to embrace the health and safety culture?
I'd say don't be afraid to ask for advice. A lot of people, I think, take it on as a burden to themselves. Health and safety should not be an administrative burden. It should be very much integrated into the way one runs one's business. There are plenty of people out there who can help, a lot of health and safety advisors, professionally qualified advisors too, and also manufacturers of PPE products are able to impart advice for particular types of hazards and carry out site surveys to be able to help someone identify hazards and perhaps for them to be able to carry out risk assessments.
Health and safety has acquired a very bad, jokey reputation. From your point of view, how would you say health and safety needs to be considered?
Health and safety is something which good companies adopt at a board level. If you look at some of our leading companies in the UK, you'll see on their websites that health and safety is up there as part of their main mission, and objectives are set in order to reduce hazards and also to reduce accidents. Companies, for example, like Balfour Beatty have made a big statement, target zero by 2012, and that is literally to have no accidents by 2012. And we've been working very closely with them. It's a policy which is coming from the top to the bottom. It's a mindset, it's a philosophy being adopted throughout the company. And companies such as Balfour Beatty, I would say, are great examples from which one can perhaps adopt some ideas.
Mark Johnston of JSP, thank you very much.
Thank you.